The tragedy of Thebes.
The story of Antigone and Creon.
The actions of our past cast shadows on our future. As it is with all stories, it begins with another. The tragedy of the crown.
Upon the death of their mother, Queen Jocasta, and their father, King Oedipus,
Four children remained.
Two sisters, Ismene and Antigone,
and two brothers,
Eteocles
and Polynices.
The ambitious princes soon found themselves rivals for the throne.
Their uncle,
Creon,
Would have that they share the crown.
Eteocles would serve 1 year.
and Polynices the next.
Eteocles, however, had plans of his own.
He preferred there only be one king.
And
he preferred that it be he.
Creon,
To the surprise of many,
stood strong behind Eteocles.
Polynices declared war against Thebes.
Armies were formed. Battles unfurled.
One after another.
Until the last battle, brother had murdered brother.
The throne was empty.
The country desolate.
In
Chaos.
And the sisters left to each other.
Antigone and Ismene.
Alone.
As brother to the former queen,
Creon was crowned king.
our story begins.
the tragedy of Antigone and Creon.
The tragedy of Thebes.
Brothers and sisters of Thebes, we stand here united in a momentous yet somber victory. There is not a household among us that has not paid dearly for the protection of our homes and the security of our laws. We have paid in the forms of brothers, fathers, husbands, and sons. As you know, our eldest son, Megarius, was one of the first to fall. He was the first to sacrifice himself for his city. Also counted among the dead was my nephew and your sovereign, King Eteocles. As for my other nephew, Polynices, I lost him as well. He died the day he drew his sword against Thebes. He died a turncoat and a traitor. As your new king, I will forbid any traitor that marched against us to be given the privilege of burial. Let them serve as a lesson to all that would take up arms against us. Let them share with the world the stench of betrayal. Let them rot. And to any of those that would dare honor these renegades with burial, you will follow your comrades in death for all to see. You have my word on this as well. I will serve you selflessly and without prejudice. The law of Thebes is my sovereign, and I will serve no other.
Antigone, I'm so sorry. I didn't want you to hear it this way. I looked for you everywhere before the address.
You need not worry about me, Haman. I'm fine.
Please don't walk away from me. Antigone, will you please?
Haman, will you please come see your mother home?
Yes, sir.
I have business to attend to.
He's just trying to honor Megarius. Can't you see that?
Master Haman, my mistress.
I'm coming!
Haman, there was no need to yell. Lita was only doing as I asked.
Yes, mother.
Antigone? Lita?
Antigone, I will see you tomorrow and we will talk.
You need not be so harsh with him. I don't mean to be. Where were you this morning? Demetra and I looked everywhere.
Walking?
Antigone, where were you?
I couldn't sleep, so I went for a walk in the garden. I like the garden. I like the garden because it's peaceful, especially in the early hours. I walked all the way to the bar gate. I stood there for a while and then I walked through it. I walked the fields all the way to the far hill. It isn't peaceful beyond the far hill, Ismene, no matter the hour. Did you see him? I saw all of them, and Ismene, we have to do something.
Antigone, just come home. I'm sure Demetra will make some tea.
He is rotting, Ismene. Our brother has been left to rot in a field. Left for the dogs and birds to devour. Their souls will be condemned to unrest for eternity unless we do something. Ismene, we must bury Polynices. It is right under God's law.
But it is not right under the law of Thebes. Did you not hear what Uncle Creon said? Burial is forbidden.
Creon cannot forbid us from burying our own brother or from following the word of God.
If Creon catches us, he will have us killed.
Creon has no right to stop us, Ismene. The law of man is second to the law of God.
Antigone, think! Think of how our father died, hated, dishonored, blind, his eyes put out by his own hand. And our mother, our dear mother Antigone, hanging in the doorway by a noose she made herself. And our brothers were murdered by the hand of the other. Let it end with them. We can honor Polynices in our prayers. Now come home.
Go home? Fine. Go home, Ismene. Go home and let Demetra mother you. You and she can utter a coward's prayers. Turn your back on the memory of your mother and father. Turn your back on Polynices, and certainly turn your back on me. I'm your sister no longer. Go home to your Uncle Creon. He is obviously the one you love.
Antigone, please don't leave me.
I will bury him. Alone. For my crime of love and piety, I will rest by his side. I, the sister that loved him.
Antigone! Antigone!
Where is she off to now? She's not even had her breakfast. Smee, what is wrong?
I cannot say.
Come now. Why would you need to keep anything from me? Tell me what troubles you.
Antigone is going to bury Polynices.
What are you saying?
She saw him. She said that he is rotting and the animals are eating him. She said that we must follow God's law and bury him or else he will be damned for eternity.
You told her no.
She said that the law of man was second to the law of God.
Tell me you told her no.
She said that if I did not go with her, she was no longer my sister.
Betty, you must not go.
I told her no. I have never before denied her. She left me to bury Polynices. Am I a traitor to my family?
No, you are not a traitor to your family. And no matter what Antigone might say, you cannot sever blood ties with words. She is your sister, no matter your choice. Do you hear me? Come, we must stop her.
There is no time to stop her. And even if we could, she wouldn't listen to us.
Perhaps the queen will grant me the audience. Your captain, is he an honorable man?
Yes, he is most honorable. Why?
He may be able to help us if she is to be caught.
Wait here.
We've been thinking.
Thinking?
We think that it would be best if you were to tell the king.
Yeah, much better if you were the one to do it.
I mean, you know him, and...
We don't.
Right, we don't. We think that this is the type of thing that should come from someone that he knows and trusts.
And won't hurt.
Right, it won't hurt.
You were the watchman on duty, so you will tell the King Creon of your discovery.
Yeah, but...
No buts! Now look presentable. The king is coming. Sir?
The colonel tells me you have news from the far field.
Yes, these two were assigned to watch over the body of Polynices. They would like to report an occurrence.
Occurrence? What type of occurrence?
Well, sir, Reed, that is my partner and I, was assigned watch over that, what's his name? That Poly fellow.
Polynices?
Right, Polynices. Anyway, we were just watching away when my partner didn't know this.
Oh, no, I think it was him who was the
No,
first
I'm
to
pretty
notice.
sure that you were the first to saw.
What?
For God's sakes, what did you see?
He was covered up with dirt. With dirt. Not a whole lot of it, mind you. Just enough to...
Get the job done.
Yeah, just enough to get the job done.
Could this not have been done by some type of animal?
I mean, that's what we thought too. At first, but, you know, then we...
Found footprints.
You found human footprints?
Yes, sir.
Captain, did you see this for yourself?
Yes, sir, there were footprints found near the corpse. This was no animal, sir.
Did I not clearly state no one was to attend burial?
No, the edict was very clear, sir.
There's no respect for thief in law. Look, I want you to find the man that did this and bring him to me.
Oh my
I
God!
can't
You
believe
don't
you.
listen.
We had a plan. Who would do this? I want you to find the man that did this and bring him to me. I want to see the man that would dare defile the honor of our fallen soldiers.
But sir, what if it isn't a man? What if the criminal is a woman?
What makes you say this?
The footprints. The size and depth of impression would indicate the person to be small and light. A man's impression would be much larger and deeper. I fear our offender is not what we anticipated.
No. This was not anticipated, but it changes nothing.
Sir, you...
Theban law has been broken, Captain. I promise to uphold our laws. I vow to hold no prejudice, and I will hold none. Bring me the felon, no matter who it may be.
Yes, sir.
Well, the way I see it, there's nothing left to do. Antigone has made her choice.
Choice? She isn't a child.
She is fully aware of her crime.
Crime. She's following the laws of God.
She's doing what she has to do.
She doesn't have a choice.
It is Creon that is wronged.
By trying to establish order amongst chaos.
By protecting the laws of Thebes.
And honoring those that died for it?
He does not have the right to stop a sister from bearing a brother. No man has that right.
In most cases, I would agree with you, but not this one. There are times when the rights of the individual must take second to the benefit of the whole.
But no one benefits from this.
No one.
I agree not one person benefits, but we all do.
We cannot survive without adherence to law.
Yes, but which law might that be? I say the law of God.
I say the law of man.
Which law?
Do you have an appointment?
We don't need an appointment. We are bringing him a gift. He's gonna want to see us. Trust me. Ugh. I will let him know you're here.
I kind of feel bad for her. I mean, it was her brother and all.
Look, I got 4 brothers, and I don't feel bad. It's better her than me or you.
This better be important. I was dining with my family.
Oh, it's important, all right. Here.
Who is this?
This is your criminal.
The one you told us to come and find for you.
How did you find her?
Well, after we saw you, we went back to the field.
And there she was, covering him up again.
Caught her red-handed.
You mean dirty-handed.
What?
Dirty-handed like you mean you caught her dirty?
No, I mean red-handed. You know it's when you
You're
catch
making
someone.
it up. Why are you always making
No,
it
I'm
up?
not. It's explaining.
No! Is this true? Did they find you covering the body of a traitor?
I saw her with my own eyes, sir.
Hey, speak up.
The king asked you a question.
Do you have any idea who this is? This is the king's niece, Princess Antigone.
Princess? Truth be told, I have pretty bad eyesight. Horrible eyesight.
It was all just a complete misunderstanding. We will just escort the young lady here home and all will be well.
Go, but leave the girl here.
20.
Gosh, you can never do anything.
Do you own or deny that you have done this?
I don't deny it.
Please, tell me you didn't hear my speech. I mean, tell me you didn't hear me forbid anyone from burying those in the far field.
I heard you.
You heard me, and yet you still disobeyed me.
Man's law is nothing compared to the law of heaven.
Stupid girl! I mean, you are so like your father. You are stubborn, and you are blind. This city is hanging on by a thread. The law is the only thing keeping us from ruin. Can't you see that?
All I can see is that you're letting my brother and his brother, hundreds more, to lie rotting in the far field. Their souls are doomed to eternal suffering. I did what I had to. My brother's soul is now at rest.
Your brother's soul will never be at rest, Antigone. No amount of covering is going to change that.
Burial rites are due all, Megarius and colony seats.
Do not speak of my son in the same sentence as that traitor.
Your son, my brother. Your love is no greater than mine, uncle. Neither is your suffering.
Did anyone see your action? Other than those two idiots?
No one? Why?
Good. I want you to go home, wash yourself, and tell no one of this. Not Ismene, not Demetra, and not Haman. I will deal with the two guards myself.
I will only go to him again.
Antigone, I'm trying to save you.
You cannot save one and damn the other. Let me bury my brother. Let me bury your dear sister's son as you buried yours.
My sister's son. Both her sons. You know, I mourn her, but it's a blessing she's not here. But I will allow burial.
Uncle, thank you.
But not publicly. Antigone, no one must know.
Public damnation and secret burial, where's the honor in that?
I gave my word. Okay, the fate of the city is resting in my hands.
My hands are instrumental as well.
Antigone, you ask too much of me.
And you of me.
Are you willing to die for your convictions?
I am.
If Antigone needs to die, that is to be my fate as well. I am just as guilty.
It's me.
Look, my hands are soiled from my deed.
No, this dirt is from our garden, Uncle, not from the far field. I acted alone. Ismene had no part in this.
You cannot protect me from my fate, for I will have to be the same as yours. Antigone, we will die as our brothers did. Together.
Ismene, you will not die by my hand.
I will not be left alone.
Creon.
Ismene, do you know the meaning of what you say?
I do. I stand with my sister.
Creon, she is just a girl.
You are willing to die for your convictions.
I am.
Colonel, have them escorted to the prison.
Yes, sir.
Creon.
They will remain there until execution.
No, you can't.
I have no choice. They will not bend to reason. They've broken the decree. They've broken the law of Thebes. But my hands are tied, unless they will recant their actions and submit.
Antigone.
I will not submit.
Antigone.
I love you, Haman, but I cannot give you this. I'm sorry.
Haman,
Let him go.
I will not have the prince.
Let him go!
My queen?
Thank you, Lita. That will be all for tonight.
Yes, ma'am. Good night. Good night, sir.
Good night, Lita. You ready to see?
I need this to end, Creon.
I tried. I mean, I truly tried, but she
never once thought of him. Not once. But he will never see that. He is as blind as she is. He will never receive from her the love that he deserves. And there's nothing I can do about it. He is the only child I have left. He is my heart, and I cannot bear to see him hurt so.
You ready to see? What are you asking me to do?
I am not asking you to do anything.
No. I mean, you're asking me to place the desires of my son over the needs of my people.
Your people. Do you hear yourself? Your people. I am your people, Creon, Haman, Ismene, and even Antigone. We are your people. Do not forget your place, your true place.
Look, I made a promise to them.
You made a promise to me first. Does that promise mean nothing to you? You have to remember the man before the king. Think of what you're doing.
What would you have me do?
Set her free.
I cannot set Antigone free.
I am not talking about Antigone. Ismene. She's only guilty of loving her sister. She should not pay for this love with her life. No matter what she might say, her hands are clean of this crime.
She confessed.
She confessed of nothing but devotion to her sister.
I gave my word.
I am not asking you to disavow. You swore to uphold the laws of Thebes. She has broken no laws.
She confessed.
She lied. There was no second footprint. She was not seen by any guards. Even Antigone denies her help. She is but a girl, Creon. Do not sacrifice her for your cause. Megarius' death was sacrifice enough. In forgetting your family, you have also forgotten yourself.
You ready to see? Colonel,
Sir?
have you seen to the delivery of the prisoners?
I have. I have also called their Demetra. She is to give them anything they may need.
Thank you. Your judgment is most prudent.
Thank you, sir.
Colonel,
Sir?
Princess Ismene. Do you think she is guilty of this crime?
No, sir, I don't.
Thank you. That'll be all.
Haman! I just came to get my things.
Yeah, Haman, please just talk to me.
You are wrong! The entire city is talking about her. How brave she is, how noble. They admire her for what she did. They stand in awe of her devotion. They stand in disgust of your sacrilege. You are murdering a girl for loving her brother. You are no king. You are a tyrant.
Do you think I relish this responsibility? I mean, do you think I wish them to die? I have not forgotten. I held them as infants. And I promised my sister I'd take care of them.
Well, you're doing an excellent job.
Poor Creon.
Poor Creon.
Antigone and Ismene are to be executed.
He's only doing what he thinks is right.
As are they.
They're both right.
How?
How?
How can there be two rights?
One of them has to be wrong.
No, I don't think so. They might stand in opposition, but that does not necessarily mean that one is right and the other has to be wrong. We all spend our lives searching and fighting for the truth, but who is to say that the truth is singular? Both can be right, and both can be wrong.
And still be true?
I think so.
Colonel,
Yes, sir?
please make the arrangements for Princess Ismene to be released.
Yes, sir. Antigone as well?
No, she will not be publicly executed. Nor will I shed her blood. I will not submit my family to that. She is to be entombed in the family crypt. Once the crypt is sealed, she is to be left. Her death and her burial will be one and the same.
Yes, sir. I will make the arrangements.
Her soul shall not wander.
When we were younger, you used to follow me everywhere. No matter where I would go, you wanted to go too. I tried to outwalk you, but you always caught up. Tried to hide from you, but you always found me. And whenever I would complain, Mother would always say that when I was older, I'd come to cherish your attentions and never want to part from you. I was wrong to believe her.
No matter your feelings for me, Antigone, you were still my sister. I should have followed you. I should have helped you bear Polynices.
What are we if we do not adhere to what we feel is just? You did what you thought was right, as did I. You should not be here, Ismene. This is not your lot.
Antigone, I chose this lot. I did not come to follow you. I came to stand beside you. You are my sister, and you're mine.
So cold, they have to huddle together.
Demetra,
Here, I brought you your wraps. I also brought you dinner.
Would you like to speak to the captain?
Yes, but to no avail. Creon refuses to speak to anyone about this matter. I have cheese and bread, and it's me. It'll be all right. Shh. I also brought you each a tart. Blueberry for Ismene, and apple for Antigone.
It's time. Captain, Princess Ismene will not be going.
What?
She is to be released.
I broke the law.
Ismene.
I disobeyed your decree.
she's lying. She's broken no laws.
Antigone.
She's always honored you.
Antigone.
What are we if we do not adhere to what we feel is just? Go home is me. For me.
Are you still willing to die for your convictions?
I am. You're still willing to have me die for yours?
I am.
Goodbye, Uncle.
Take her away.
No good can come from this.
Can no one stop it?
Tiresias.
Who is she?
She is a prophet, a
seer.
seer.
She has counseled the kings for ages.
Will Creon listen to her?
She has advised him before.
And he has listened.
We pray he listens now.
Creon, you and your city are in great peril, Creon. You have crossed the line of rights, and it does not bode well. You are on the razor's edge. Change your direction. Do not proceed on this path. You are thieving souls that are not yours, and Antigone's fate is not yours to decide. Release them, and allow their souls to ascend. If you do not heed my warnings, thousands will die, your city reduced to rubble, your family destroyed. Heed my warnings and yield, for a tree that does not bend will break.
I am lost in this. In trying to keep my people safe, I have led them to destruction. In trying to establish order, only chaos has reigned. I must change my direction, or thousands could die. Tiresias' prophecies have always proven true. She's never led me astray, but I seem to need no help in that. Megarius' death was in vain, but I meant only to honor him. Maybe Haman was right. I'm no king. Colonel!
Yes, sir?
Alert the captain. We are going to the far field.
The battlefield, sir?
Yes, and then to the tomb. And they need to be free. They're all to be free.
Now all will be well. Do not speak so quickly.
She is right.
The story is not yet ended.
I'm lost in this. In burying my brother, I've buried myself. In saving his soul, I've risked my own. But I do not regret my choice. Only those affected by it. Demetra, Ismene, Haman. I've not thought much of Haman as of late. I've not thought much of anyone. But myself. I don't know how I'll bear it. Perhaps I need not bear it for long. If I am to die, I choose to die quickly.
Colonel! I have been sent ahead to deliver news.
Colonel, there are people all in the streets. Lita could barely make it through the gate.
There's crying and shouting.
What is happening? Colonel, where is my husband?
He has not returned yet, madam.
Where is my husband? Why are you here and he is not?
We were on the far field administering burial rites. King Creon and I were personally caring for the remains of your nephew, Polynices. we heard a sound, a cry. Upon hearing it again, the king stopped immediately. He began running toward the tomb. Several of us followed him. When we arrived, we saw Princess Antigone. She was hanging by a noose she had made herself. Sobbing by her feet was young Haman.
Haman?
It was his cries we heard. Madam.
Captain.
We tried to comfort him, but the young prince was inconsolable. Efforts to calm him only seemed to make matters worse. He began screaming that his father had murdered his bride, and before we could even realize what was happening, he had drawn his knife and was attacking the king.
Creon!
Now, we were able to stop him before any harm, but the prince was despondent. He just stood there crying with his arms wrapped around her waist. Then he got her down and lowered her to the ground. He handled her so gently, madam. Then he drew his knife. And
my son is dead.
he is.
My son is dead.
Our king fell to his knees, weeping over the death of his son. I thought his mother's grief would be
Do not
more.
be so quick to judge. You know nothing of her suffering, nothing of her tears and sorrow. Since the death of Mercurius, she has done nothing but mourn, and now she has lost Haman? You feel she grieves too little. I feel she grieves too much. You know nothing.
Sir.
It was too late. It was too late to see. It was too late to act. I have murdered my own son. How will I tell his mother of this?
She knows.
She already knows.
I was too late. I was too late. My mistress.
Sir, the queen is dead.
How?
It appears she was...
Same as young Haman. By her own hand. You are all to blame. You are to blame.
It was her heart.
And she was mine.
Sir.
If you will not kill me, leave me!
I have murdered all of my loves. I've cast Thebes into destruction.
Even now, our enemies march on our gates. My judgment was blinded by righteousness. I'm a fool.
The tragedy of Thebes. The
Story of Antigone and Creon.
As it is with all stories, it begins another.